What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Alright, making their debut on the channel tonight! We have Sepultura. My goodness, yes indeed, Sepultura making their debut on the channel. This comes as a request from Mariana Brandal, and Mariana wanted to see me react to this song by Sepultura called Isolation. Now, here's the thing with me and Sepultura. I've heard of Sepultura. I am very well of their existence. I've even heard a couple of songs by them. Now, if you were to ask me, what songs did you listen to, DH? I'm going to be honest with you, I have no clue. I know they were Sepultura songs because that's what I was told, but I was not told the name of the song, and I honestly do not remember them all that well. This very well could have been one of those songs that I heard, but I don't know because I didn't ask what the name of the song was. I just said, hey, who is this? And the guy at the party said, that's Sepultura. I was like, oh, okay. I liked it. I mean, it wasn't anything that stuck with me, but it wasn't bad. But I don't remember how the song went. You know, looking back now, don't ask me to, hum a few bars. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So there's a chance I may have heard this song before, but I don't know, and I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to go in this with blinders, and I'm going to hope that I haven't heard it before. Now, if by some chance, and it could happen, that I have heard the song before, and I'm listening, and I go, this is the song. I remember this song now. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Sepultura, and the video has 337,959 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Isolation. What is it with all these videos lately with just the name of the song and not without the name of the band? That's weird. But we got Sepultura right here, so we're good. We're good. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Well, wait, what? Okay, so we're about to kick into the song there. All right, great intro. I love how it built. Everything made sense. Starting out with percussion, you had this keyboard patch. It almost sounded like a theremin patch, the way it was swooping up and down. Really nice. Obviously, it wasn't a theremin, but it was a keyboard, but still with a great patch on it. Like a square wave patch, and then in came the guitars. Boom, nice. very epic sounding, like almost like a soundtrack to like some epic, blockbuster movie. Sounded really good, really good. Dug the intro on this. Now let's see where the songs, it sounds like the guitar's kicking in, some sort of fast picking riff here. Let's see where they go. Yeah, I'm digging this. I am digging this. I love the guitar tone. I love the execution of the guitar. The picking is spot on, right locked in with the drummer and the bass. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to hear him again. I didn't quite lock in with the subdivisions there, but they're locked in with their subdivisions. Obviously, they're synchronized, straight right together, man. Super tight, loving it. Vocally, I have no idea what he's saying, no clue, but the vocal delivery is strong. He's got a good growl going on, not pinched. Not super tight, like in the throat. It's open throat, chest powered, and supported. So that sounds really good. Now, so far, so good. So far, so good. This does not sound familiar. I don't think I've heard this before. So, actually, if this is any clue, 2020, yeah, that's a pretty big clue. Last time I heard Sepultura was in like the early 90s. Early to mid 90s is the last time I heard them. So I don't. Ooh, yeah, I could. If this is from an album from 2020, yeah, I can guarantee you I haven't heard it. So let's keep going. Nice. Good accents.
Carry out another fight, you might think you have to worry, baby, live another day. Use your body as a wall, strip me right up to the core, you're the prophet in the grave. Violator, human right, is what they always do. Out of sight, out of mind, gotta keep you dumb and die, this is not a part of you. Termination of ourselves, lost incarceration. Termination of ourselves, lost incarceration.
Okay, couple of things I want to point out. Number one, they got to that transition where everybody laid out and the guitar was playing the riff on his own. Drums and bass came in on those accents. Very smart. Great way to set up and make the transition very clear and very defined, but not in an awkward way. Everything fit within the context of the song. So, outstanding work right there. The drummer has got some super tight runs in there. Very tight. We're not just talking about going downward. He's going down, up, back down again. I mean, it's, when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about doing it on the toms. He's going tom roll down, tom roll up, tom roll down again. It's really tight. Really tight. I'm digging that. I'm really, really digging that. Vocally, I'm hearing more of a, I don't know if I would call it a melodic growl, although it kind of is. He's still got the strong growl, but there's places like we just heard it not too, like a couple of seconds ago, where he was pushing the growl enough that it started to form a melodic line within the growl. The melody started to come through a little bit, and you heard some actual note placements coming out with the growl. That's great. I love it when people who do growl voice or screamo or gravel or whatever you want to call it, whenever those kind of vocalists, they add those melodic notes in with the growl, even if it's simply as an undertone, it's still there. It makes the whole experience a lot more pleasant. If it's just purely growl and screamo without any attention whatsoever to melodic lines or chordal structures or anything like that, I mean, I'll still enjoy it, but not nearly as much as I enjoy that. So that was a lot better. That was really good right there.
Termination of ourselves, lost incarceration. Termination of ourselves, lost incarceration. In the cage, you will be made. In the cage, you will be made. We'll lock you down for life.
Hard and tight. Halftime feel on the drums. Nice. Back up just a little bit. I know I've talked in the past about, the drummer's role. The drummer's job is not to keep time. That's the bass player's job. The drummer's job is to set the mood and the tone and the feel of the song. And here is a great example of that. Guitar and bass locked in, staying on the one. So they're playing 16th notes, right? They're playing the whole 16th note run the entire time. Drummer's going along with and then he goes into this halftime feel. But the tempo never changes. It's just the feel of the song changed. And it's smart. Very smart. Helps add another layer to the song without having it leave the context of the song. It all fit. It changed it up a little bit, made you pay attention, made you go, oh, what was that? It's the drummer. That's their job. So fantastic job on the drummer there, switching to a halftime feel. Very nicely done. Let's keep going here. Yeah. I like that. I liked that a lot, actually. This was good. Well, there you go, folks. That was Sepultura with Isolation. This was a request from Mariana Brandau. Okay. I'm going to have to go back and listen to some Sepultura, man. I think I've been missing out on these guys. I've been sleeping on them. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.4. Yep, 8.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
There was nothing. I want to be very clear about this. There was nothing about that song that I have to complain about. Everything about that song I enjoyed. Everything about that song made sense. Everything about that song was conveyed and executed in a very well-developed, well-styled manner. And all these different moving parts fitting within the context of itself. So I got no issue with this song whatsoever. Everything is complimentary. Okay? Now, if that's the case, why an 8.4? I'll explain. Let's talk about the good stuff. Okay? Songwriting. Not that difficult. I mean, there were some great moving parts in there. But from a chordal structure standpoint, really not that difficult. It really didn't move around a whole lot as far as like melodic lines and key changes and stuff like that. It didn't really have any of that. It stayed pretty simple from a chordal structure standpoint. Now, I heard some great rhythmic patterns. I heard some great subdivisions, all in sync. I heard some great synchronized subdivisions. That sounded fantastic. I loved that. Let's start with the vocals, I guess. We'll take the vocals and move our way down. Vocally, great vocal delivery. He was doing his growl and grit and gravel and everything like that. It sounded really nice, but at the same time, he was adding melodic undertones into those growls, and it sounded really nice. I love it when bands and vocalists are able to do that. When it's just straight growl with no melodic to it whatsoever, it's kind of like, okay, I mean, yeah, but an entire song of that, it gets old after a while. Now, having him put those melodic undertones in, it was really nice. It just added another layer, and it helped keep the song moving. More importantly, it helped keep the vocals interesting. It was like, oh, where's he going to go? Is he going to go up? Is he going to go down? And I couldn't guess because it seemed like every time I guessed, I would guess like a couple of them right, but then they would go somewhere else. And I was like, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready. Like, for example, I was ready for him. He went up, and I was like, okay, it makes sense for him to go down, and he did. But then when he came back up again, I'm like, okay, he came back up. Let's see, he's going to go back down again, right? No, he didn't. He went up a little bit higher, and I was like, okay. I mean, it made sense. It made perfect sense, and it fit. I just wasn't, it's not where I would have done necessarily, but it doesn't matter. It still sounded good, and it fit perfectly, so no worries there. Bass and drums. Definitely one of the highlights for me here. I could kind of hear the bass coming through in the mix a little bit. I'm not going to lie, I was really kind of distracted by the amazing drumming that was going on in there. Man, this guy's got some chops. He has some fantastic fills, some great runs. Very impressive with his tom runs when he would run down, and then instead of coming back up and going down again, he went down, rolled back up, and then went back down again. That's cool. I dug that. I absolutely dug that. Especially how fast it was going and how tight he maintained it. Everything subdivided exactly within the phrasing. Let's see, guitars. Love that tone. That is a great guitar tone. Very thrashy, very chunky, very thick, very dirty. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. But here's the thing. It wasn't so thick and so dirty that it became muddy. If it had become muddy, it would have been a lot harder to hear the subdivisions being done. Luckily, it wasn't that. It wasn't muddy. It had enough edge on it that you could hear the subdivisions. You could hear each note starting and stopping clearly. Now, there was a little bit of a bleed over, but that's a good thing, especially when you're doing those kind of runs, because then it doesn't sound stiff. It sounds natural. There was just enough reverb and bleed over from note to the next note, but there was still enough separation that you could hear the separation and hear two distinct notes. So I was really happy about that. No, overall, very enjoyable. I got to hear more from these guys. Seriously, I've heard about these guys since like the 90s, and I've never really listened to them. I've never given them a chance. To be honest with you, I don't know why. Maybe because I was listening to so many other bands, you know, in high school, and I was really kind of like jazz oriented and like prog rock oriented. I didn't really get into these guys, unfortunately. It's a shame because I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would love to hear more from these guys for sure. So, 8.4, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good and will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.